Last year, I reviewed DNA Alpha Pro with high-end ESS chip inside. Today, I would like to share the entry-level DAC and headphone stage. Hello everyone, welcome to Tabama Hi-Fi Review channel. Today, I would like to share my experience of using this DNA Alpha, which is using ESS 9039Q2M dual chip design balanced DAC with 4-channel fully balanced discrete class AB headphone amplifier stage with pre-output. You can control as a pre or DAC or headphone amp only. There is 3 different options that you can choose from this Alpha DAC with push buttons. DNA Alpha can put out 9000 milliwatt at 16 ohm load using 4.4 millimeter balanced out. So that is incredible amount of power for the selling price in combination with balanced DAC. This one retail for $399 US currently available. Build quality is very nice. Solid chassis with unique design. All push button control, no screen, which I like the way they built on this DNA design. So simple look yet very nicely laid out in control and usability. So when I started using this DNA Alpha on my desktop setup, I started off as a pre-only, using USB cable from this DNA to my Mac, monitoring my own voice or listening music, accurate, neutral, transparent sound without any latency issue or any lag issue, even when I'm monitoring my own voice. So that is the one thing that I would like to remind you. Any DAC at all, no matter who makes them, if they have latency issue when you're monitoring, when you're using it on your screen or your desktop, then you will experience slightly less precise in stereo image. That is the one thing that I can guarantee you, because I have reviewed and used many DACs, probably more than average audio hobbyists will ever use on their lifetime. So based on that experience, any DAC with latency issue always have the a little bit of suffering in that precision in that stereo image, like offering dead center stereo image, while they can give you like layering effects and holographic sound in those notes that come into your listening position. But vocals and snare drums or kick drums, or generally those regions are right here in the middle, and precision dead center kind of notes will totally suffer. It's there, but not gonna be as precise. That's what I want to say and remind you when you are choosing any DAC at all. So when I'm monitoring, it's flawless performance, whether I'm using Yamaha HS5 Studio monitors or using it with Sony MDR 7506 monitor headphones. Very well produced with most accurately possible. Pre-output stage, desktop usage, no problem at all. Everything works flawlessly as intended. So if you want to use it on your desktop, or even when you're monitoring or mixing your music, I can totally recommend it to you for noise control. The Yamaha HS5 tend to have either white noise, right, due to the sensitivity of the tweeter and not so great amp in there. But using with this kind of good quality pre-out and DAC combination, that noise is much reduced, not even noticeable. So that much of noise control improvement is noticeable, as well as accurate sound that it can deliver. For the headphone stage, it has 9000 milliwatt of output for 4.4 millimeter balance out. So I tried Veram 2, Veram 1, and my newest reference, Moondrop Skyline. It re-deliver accurately with immediacy and dynamic sound, good noise control, without pop sound or any noise at all, thanks to the internet balance design and high quality SMPS. So those are well produced in every regard of sound reproduction and noise control. So headphone stage, totally easily recommended to you. If you want one component do it all, as a pre-DAC or headphone stage, Alpha can do that. So when I started using this DNA Alpha in my main system, pairing it with this Musicshare X30, Acuface E4000, and these two speakers, Stock Sound Beta 5 stem mount speakers or Pioneer T80 Design S1EX towers in this setup, using it with Sony HAP-Z1ES as the music server, USB cable directly connected to it. So when I try different inputs on this DNA Alpha, it works great. Whether I'm using coaxial or optical, but mostly I use USB input. I do not use Bluetooth. RCA cable is connected to Musicshare X30. XLR cable is connected to Acuface E4000. So X30 is pairing with this stand mount speaker, and tower speaker is pairing with Acuface E4000. I use SMS N100 for tighter music streaming. So DNA Alpha offers two different modes, headphone stage or pre or line out. So push and hold that button, it will change it to Tone X mode, or if you push it and hold it again, it will go back to standard reference mode. So reference mode sound quality is clean and precise. Totally ESS sound signature all over if you're using standard mode. It may be slightly lighter than what I'm used to compared to that Top-End DX9 Discrete or Eva Solo Z10 that I'm using currently in my system. Compared to those DAC, especially 1-bit bitstream DAC like DX9 Discrete, right? Weight of the notes and density of the notes are much less compared to that. So that totally ESS and bass sound is a little bit lighter, not as deep as I would like to hear, but it has good articulation in bass region as well. So bass could improve a little bit. Then you can enable the Tone X preset tuning from DNA that come with this Alpha DAC. Standard option, that's totally ESS sound. Time to time, I experience upper range of frequency, more pronounced sound signature. When you change it to line out stage, volume is totally fixed. Gain level is not adjustable even when you're using pre-stage. So gain level is only adjustable for headphone stage. If they can make gain level adjustable for pre-stage, that will be great, and that'd be phenomenal feature, game changer for many people. So back to that DAC, right? ESS sound signature all over. As soon as I enable Tone X pre-tuned presets that come from DNA, sound quality improvement is noticeable, deeper and richer, warmer tone balance with slightly more pronounced lower highs to upper mids region. It makes it slightly brighter side as well for my taste wise. So that's one thing that I want to mention it, because overall sound signature, it introduced warmness, density, deepness, and everything is improved. Body, texture, and layering, and those regions are enjoyable. But time to time, I experience a little bit of brightness in upper range of frequencies, like all ESS DAC will do. So when I'm listening long hours, that is the one thing that I like to remind you. But overall, precision notes and refinements and everything is as good as it can be for $399. So sound quality improvement is totally noticeable when you enable Tone X, whether I'm using E4000 and these towers or this stand mount speaker and Tube amp. Layering and decays and those areas are much more enjoyable if you enable Tone X on this Alpha DAC. Those features are available on pre-stage or headphone stage or DAC line out stage. So that is the standard feature. And next thing is DSD conversion. I don't think this one has purest path for DSD conversion. Probably they are doing DOP inside this component because all the DSD files, loudness is all labeled with PCM files, so it's processing internally. Due to the internal DSD processing, some of the DSD files can sound totally different, such as my standard music sample track Breaking Silence, right? So that track I have in DSD file as well as PCM. So when I try to play that track for sound sample recording, some of the notes such as guitar riffs or guitar solos are only hearing those notes like an echoey tone.
Step on sacred ground. We were speaking of values and violence.
So that's one thing that I would like to remind you. If you are purist DSD lover, this may not suit it to you. But most people only listen to PCM files. Everything is flawless. I tested up to 768K files and it works great. So this one can give me tiny bit of fatigue if I'm listening to it long hours. Other than that, overall sound signature, noise control, bass delivery, especially when I enable the Tone X button, then a bass quality enhancement is significant and totally enjoyable sound. So price to performance and sound quality ratio plus power delivery for headphone stage, background noise control for pre-stage or DAC or all the stage that it can offer is excellent performer in this price point. So if you want purest ESS sound signature, this could be it. Plus you got bonus for that Tone X tuning that come with it, so you can play around. When I try with Moondrop Skyland open back planar magnetic headphones, my new reference by the way, it's incredible. Moondrop Skyland have a slightly laid back and relaxing kind of sound. So it works wonderfully well with this DNA Alpha combination. It's dynamic and neutral sound with total refinements in all over the frequency range. Even if I'm not using Tone X, right? Sound quality, bass delivery is impressive in terms of sonic signature and tonal balance, as well as how wide and depth that it can offer when I'm listening. The headphone is one of the impressive ones. Price is good and performance is very good. I can easily recommend it to you. Try it, my friend. That is the experience that I like to share with you. Thank you for watching and happy listening.
Come into my solitude, though I weary be. Come into my tenderness, dream along with me. Listen to the whispers sing, listen to the singer shout. Come into my solitude, meet my big mouth. Thoughts unspoken, thoughts unsaid, lies of hearth and home. Children broken on the bed and left to lie alone. Things you talk around, scum you choke on down. Come into my solitude, step on sacred ground. We were speaking of values and violence, breaking silence. Fathers who parents who don't leave a child a single safety zone. People so unhinged that death is much too kind. And into my solitude, step over that line. Thought I was the only one. Thought I was the only. Thought I was the only one. Speaking of values and violence, breaking silence. Coming to my solitude, welcome to the wheel. Coming to this wonderland of wounds that will not heal. Walls that do not speak, steps that do not sound. Coming to my solitude.